Welcome back, familiar, to Northside LDN. And today we've got the secret to beating Chelsea Football Club. Obviously, Arsenal absolutely slapped up Bayern Munich yesterday, beating them comfortably 3-0. Could have been more. But Chelsea the day before did their thing as well. Absolutely demolished, destroyed Barcelona. Let's be honest about it. And going into this game, both teams are in form. Both teams are playing very good football. Both teams are fancying their chances. Obviously, Chelsea, second place in the league. Arsenal, top of the league as it currently stands. But how can we beat Chelsea? How can we beat Chelsea? Well, guess what? I'm going to explain how Arsenal can beat Chelsea this coming weekend. And the way we're going to beat Chelsea, long balls over the top. And let me explain why. Long balls over the top, rocket launcher football. Rocket launcher football. Chelsea are going to play with Reece James and Caicedo in the midfield, which means it's going to be very hard for us to play through the middle. I know Eze is in great form, setting up Martinelli the other day. Obviously, we've got Declan Rice that's in great form as well. But at the end of the day, Chelsea are very, very strong through the centre of that pitch. And Enzo will drop in deep and do the dark arts thing like he did against Lamine Yamal. Obviously, you've got Caicedo there, a general in that midfield. That's not going to be easy to play through Caicedo. And then you've got Reece James that will be sitting, shielding the back line. So trying to get through that midfield is going to be very difficult. Even with Arsenal and the way that we're playing and the way that we're performing at the moment, it's still going to be very, very difficult. I feel like our best chances when we're springing the counter-attack and when we're attacking Chelsea is over the top. The same tactic that Bayern used against Arsenal. They knew they couldn't play through our midfield with Zubimendi, Rice and Eze there tucking in, our wingers coming back to defend. Long balls over the top. And a lot of times they had a lot of joy with long balls over the top. I think we need the same approach going into the Chelsea game. And let's be honest, we created a lot of chances from crosses anyway. Set pieces, we already know that we're very effective on set pieces. And we'll definitely test their goalkeeper. That's without a shadow of a doubt. We're going to test their goalkeeper. A goalkeeper that I don't rate. A goalkeeper that Chelsea fans don't really rate. But let's just be honest. If Chelsea force you, what they do is they're going to force us to play on the wings. And on the wings, you saw the way Cucurella locked up Lamine Yamal. Saka's going to have a hard task on his job trying to get past Cucurella. Very, very good left back. And then on the other side, Gusto. Even though I do think Gusto can get got at, the best way is playing Moreno up front. Launch the ball over the top, just bypass that whole midfield. Don't even bother to try and play it through the middle of the park, because Reece James and Caicedo sitting in a double pivot is going to be a long day for us to try and break that down. Long ball over the top. Moreno holds it down. Then you've got Martinelli that's in good form at the moment. You get him making runs in behind and then he can link up. Moreno, to be fair, wasn't the most clinical against Bayern Munich, but he's got good link up play. One thing he did do well was the link up play. So we need to be direct. We need to bypass that whole midfield and make sure that we've got somebody that can hold the ball up. Now, I like Martinelli centrally. I like him as a striker, but his hold-up play is not going to be good enough. He's going to get muscled off the ball. Martinelli's more effective if he has space in behind. Where Moreno can do that role, we don't know yet if Gyökeres is going to be available. If Gyökeres is available, maybe he can do that job as well and continue his good form from the last game he played against Burnley, which he played really, really well, got a goal and was very effective on the counter-attack. But then you've got Moreno that can do that. And then you can have Saka, but Saka's going to have to be way more direct, not be looking for, Eze with the little 1-2s. He's got to be making those running behinds. As soon as we launch it to Moreno, Moreno holds the ball. Both of our wingers invert and make runs in behind the defense. And then Moreno lays it off for them to go through on goal. For me, that is the best strategy that we can do. And in that midfield, one thing that Zubimendi, even though I have questioned some of his performances, one thing that he is good at is his passing. The problem is he's going to get pressed. And sometimes he doesn't really like to be pressed, Zubimendi. But he's going to have to, the double pivot of Rice and Zubimendi. If Zubimendi's there, then you're going to have to release those counter-attacks a lot faster, a lot like how Partey used to do it. Receive the ball, long ball over the top. Look for the front three, look for the runs. Do you know what I'm saying? And target Moreno so we can hold the ball down and then play other players in behind. That, for me, is the best chances that we've got. Declan Rice with the runs, he can make the runs once Zubimendi's made the pass, and Declan can make the runs. When Moreno's holding it down, he has Declan Rice playing that box-to-box role. He's going to overlap. Then you've got Martinelli that's going to overlap on the left-hand side. And then you've got Saka on the right-hand side as well, overlapping and trying to overload that defense. All of a sudden, you just bypass that whole midfield. That to me is the best strategy that we can do. If we're not going to play Zubamendi in the midfield, then you can play somebody. You can put Declan Rice in the 6, and then play Ødegaard in the 8, and then you got Eze in the 10. Then you got Ødegaard creating from deep and releasing those and springing those long balls into the front 3, and then you got Declan Rice shielding the back line, and then you got Eze that can also ping a pass. Look at the pass that he pinged against Bayern Munich straight away. Do you know what I'm saying? Finding Martinelli in and behind. That's what we need to do. And if we're able to get an early goal, then you can bring on Martinelli, play him, or you can move Martinelli centrally, and then we could try to hit them on a counter attack if they leave some space in behind. Because even Barcelona tried to play it through, tried to play little tiki-taka against Chelsea. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. It wasn't working. They were getting pressed. You know what I'm saying? Ferran Torres was getting pressed and bullied by Gusto. Firmino got no time on the ball to influence the game. De Jong was struggling to create from deep. They should have just went long. When you've got a team that's really well drilled in the midfield and really compact, you got to bypass that midfield. You got to bypass the whole press. The way that Chelsea press, we're gonna have to be faster on the ball. We're going to have to be faster. There's options that we can play in the midfield. You can play Eze in the 10, Ødegaard in the 8, and then Rice in the 6. If you want Rice to do the box-to-box, you keep Rice in the 8. You can play, you play Zubamendi there in the 6, and then you play Eze in the 10. I think it's a game that's way too early and way too physical for me to be playing Ødegaard. We need to get the points, especially he's come back from injury, and Ødegaard doesn't really like to go up against physical teams that are going to barge him off the ball and impose themselves. So for me, that's the tactics that I like to see. If you got Trossard on the left, then you can play Trossard on the left and he can see if he can find pockets of space. But I think we need to hit Chelsea with pace. As soon as Moreno gets that ball, we need runners in behind straight away. And Martinelli's a lot faster than Trossard, so I think he'll be a lot more effective when there's space in behind. That's the thing. So for me, this is what I think Arsenal should be doing. I don't want to see Skelly at left back. It doesn't work. He wasn't good defensively against Atletico Madrid, and he wasn't good defensively against Bayern Munich. Elise absolutely cooked him. So I do not want to see him at left back. Yeah, I'm saying it's going to be a long, long day if we see Skelly going up against Esteval. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I really don't want to see it. Yeah, I'm saying Balde couldn't cope, and I don't think that Skelly's going to cope. Play Hincapié on that left-hand side. If you're going to play Maresca next to Saliba like we did against Bayern, then play Hincapié on the left-hand side, and let's see how he does against Esteval. We're going to also need Rice to double up the same way that Caicedo was doubling up on Lamine Yamal alongside Cucurella. Rice is going to have to help out to try and double up on Esteval and see if we can lock him down. We need to be physical. We need to win our duels, our aerial balls. We need to win everything. We need to make this game scrappy, not allow Chelsea to build any momentum. Obviously, I expect us to be a lot better drilled defensively than a team like Barcelona, who plays a high line that's all out attacking. So I'm not expecting us to get caught on the counter attack. I'm not expecting us to leave spaces in behind, to be fair. But at the same time, we've got players that can also get fouls. We got Dalman, a player that's very direct. That if you start him, he can draw fouls. He can draw fouls off Cucurella. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, when we draw fouls, then you've got Declan Rice that's effective on set pieces. That can then give us a set piece. And to be honest, all these long balls and playing direct, we did that anyway. We did that. Let's just be honest. We did that already against Bayern Munich. The chances that we created for Mascara, the chances that we created for Moreno, do you know what I mean? The chance that we created for Trossard, the Eze assist for Martinelli's goal, Timber's goal. So we already create a lot of chances through crosses in the box and long balls. And I think that's what we need to do. If we want to play through the middle of the park and play this little give and goes, I don't think that's going to be effective against Chelsea. I think they're going to press the hell out of us. And I think they're just going to end up ruffling us. And both Caicedo and Reece James are going to lock off the midfield. There won't be any space in behind. At the end of the day, they got a goalkeeper. Chelsea got a goalkeeper that can get got at. Let's just be honest. Yeah, at the end of the day, Sanchez isn't a great goalkeeper. Fofana's good. All the other centre backs I don't rate. They can get got at. So that's what we need to target, and that's what we need to do to be able to get over the line and beat Chelsea. I don't think we need to play little tiki-taka. Obviously, if we hit them on the counter-attack, then you've got Martinelli on the left, you've got Saka, you've got Eze that's going to be looking for the runs. And if the game changes, then you can switch things up. You can put Martinelli more central. You can bring on Trossard. You can adjust things. You know what I mean? Because obviously Moreno's not the fastest striker, but one thing he's good at is being physical, holding up the ball and linking up play. And then all of a sudden we can create opportunities. We can create opportunities if we go direct. So I can't know. Look, at the end of the day, we need Eze to be on it. We need Saka to be on it because he's got a massive challenge going up against Cucurella. Let's just be honest. And Martinelli or Trossard going up against Gusto is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Eze is going to have to be playing those balls a lot quicker. So is Rice, and we're going to need to be a lot more clinical and a lot more decisive, a lot faster. Going up against Chelsea, but I'm very confident going into this game. I'm very confident. I'm not cocky, but I'm confident that we can definitely get a result. For me, a point is not good enough. We need to be winning this game. We already dropped points against Sunderland. We're in good momentum. We slapped up Tottenham. We absolutely slapped up Bayern. We're in very, very good form. One thing I like about the way that we're playing at the moment is that we're playing well in open play. We're creating opportunities. We're not just relying on set pieces. We slapped up Spurs without even needing a set piece. Do you know what I mean? The Martinelli goal wasn't a set piece. You know, the Madueke goal wasn't a set piece. So we're transitioning a lot better. We're moving the ball a lot faster. We're going to need Arteta to continue making good in-game decisions and making subs that actually affect the game and actually push us forward. And to be honest, Arteta got his spot on against Bayern Munich. Hopefully that can continue. Hopefully that can continue in the way that Arteta keeps pushing forward and making proactive subs when things aren't working out. But for me, we need to be a lot faster. The tempo's got to be fast. We need to be direct, and we need to just run at Chelsea. Our wingers and our strikers need to run at Chelsea. We need to hold the ball down in transition. And if we do that, then I feel like we'll be able to beat Chelsea. If we play slow pace football, if we just play for set pieces, it's a bit risky. It's a bit risky, even though I do think we can catch them out on set pieces. Like I said, I don't rate Sanchez. But at the same time, without Gabriel, you can see from crosses into the box, we do lack that clinical edge that Gabriel gives us. We do lack a little bit of that. Mascara not taking his chance, Moreno not taking his chance. But at the same time, we still got players that can score from set pieces. Timber, Rice. There's other players that can score from set pieces. But this is the best way I feel like we can beat Chelsea. I think we just need to go direct. Forget the whole, trying to play through the middle of the park. I don't think that's going to work against Chelsea. I think that's going to play into their hands, and then they're going to force us onto the wings, and then they're going to double up on us. Both Rice and Caicedo are going to help the fullbacks double up on the wings, and then we're going to get locked off. And at the end of the day, Saka's he's gonna have to be a lot more direct. Saka didn't have a great game against Bayern Munich, and he's going to have to be a lot better against Chelsea. Otherwise, Cucurella's going to have an easy game of locking him off and just dealing with him easy. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes at the end of the day. Hopefully, Mascara can keep up the good performances. The problem is you could play Madueke on the right over Saka. He is more direct. The problem is the final ball, the final pass in the final third is not as good as Saka. That's the thing. Saka's not as direct, but Madueke doesn't have the composure in front of goal, which is why I wouldn't want to start Madueke. But I can see what he would offer, but I wouldn't want to start Madueke. But at the same time, he's in form, but nah. You know what I mean? Not for me. Not for me. Calafiori, to be fair, when he came on against Bayern, he played well. But we need someone disciplined. That's the only thing. And we need somebody that's going to be disciplined. Calafiori does like to drift forward a lot of times and leave space in behind. And we don't want to be leaving space in behind on that left-hand side with the form of Esteval right now after that performance against Barcelona. We need someone that's disciplined. So for me, I'd still go with Hincapié playing at left back. Ødegaard coming back from injury. I don't feel like this is a game that Ødegaard can be the most effective to start. Maybe coming off the bench. If you do start him, I'd rather him play in the 8. Even then, I'm worried about the physicality and the fact that obviously it takes away from, Rice playing that kind of box-to-box midfielder. So it's a little bit, Ben White, I don't think he's up to scratch yet. I still think he needs time to be able to get into the team. And we already know that Ethan ain't going to start, even though Ethan would offer us a lot in terms of being direct. And we know that Dalman's not going to start. So it is what it is. But I feel like we've got more than enough to be able to beat Chelsea. We can't take them lightly. We can't go into this game cocky because at the end of the day, they are playing very, very well. And the way they bopped Barcelona off the pitch, you got to respect that. And you got to be wary of that. But I think we're going to be compact. And like I said, we don't play the high line like Barcelona. So players like that were effective against Barcelona, like Garnacho, he's not going to be effective going up against Timber at right back. Garnacho is going to get locked up. Pedro Neto is not going to get the space that he had against Barcelona, against Arsenal. He's not going to have that space. Do you know what I mean? Esteval is going to go up, is going to be going up against Hincapié. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen enough from Hincapié to out and out say, yeah, look, Hincapié is going to lock up Esteval. We haven't seen enough from Hincapié to make claims like that. So I ain't going to make any claims like that. But let's see how he does against Esteval. You know what I mean? You already know Caicedo is going to be shielding that back line. And if they play Chalobah, if they start Chalobah, then we target Chalobah and Sanchez. That's who we target. We play at the center of the pitch and we target those guys. Fofana, you know what I mean? He's going to be playing well, but you know what I mean? What if Palmer starts? I don't know if Palmer's starting. But like I said, defensively, we've got a good defensive setup. Declan Rice knows that he's going to have to be physical. What we need is Zubimendi to be a lot faster with his passing. You see the way Zubimendi lost the ball in the North London derby, and then Richarlison ends up lobbing Raya. We can't be having Zubimendi playing like that. If he's going to play like that, he has to hold bench because he can't be losing the ball in the middle of the pitch and playing like, he has no desire to win the ball or play the ball quickly. We can't be doing that against Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, so we're definitely going to have to be way more. He's going to have to be a lot better. He's going to have to be a lot better and a lot more direct. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. North becoming a tactical. Come on, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the tactical breakdown, bro. This is how to get at your club, bro. I already know. Caicedo and James, bro, they're shielding that the center of that defense, bro. If we can bypass them two, yeah, then we'll get opportunities. Do you know what I mean? Set pieces, you already know that you're going to get tested. Come on, bro. You already know. Set pieces, you already know you're going to get tested, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Look at this guy. You lot better be worried then. Look at these guys taking the piss. Big up, bro. Yo, big up. Maresca changes his tactics every game. Maybe he will change his tactics, but like I said, I feel like he'll play a similar tactic that he played, a similar setup that he played against Barcelona, against Arsenal. That's what I think. If he doesn't, then I don't know. I think he'll be foolish because I feel like that's obviously I'm not saying start Garnacho. I'm not saying that. You're probably, he may play João Pedro in the 10. I don't know. He might change it around. Garnacho may not start, but we'll see. He might move Neto back to the wing, play João Pedro up front, or play him in the 10, or do you know what I mean? Mix it around a little bit. But in terms of Caicedo and James sitting there, I think that makes our life a lot harder at Arsenal. Makes our life a lot harder. Do you know what I mean? Because the runs that you saw from Declan Rice against Bayern Munich, he's going to have a harder job of doing that against Caicedo and James. You know what I mean? Caicedo is definitely going to be making sure he's marking Declan Rice and not allowing him to do the box-to-box thing and trying to crash the box and doing all of that. So we'll see. We will see. Caicedo versus Eze will be very interesting battle. I think the game will be won through aggression and determination. I think so too. I think if Chelsea set up the way they did against Barca, it's going to be very difficult to break them down. And if we continue playing the way that we played against Barca, then we're going to be difficult to break down as well. You know what I mean? But like I said, Chelsea should be looking at the way that, take a little bit from the Sunderland game and the Bayern game. I think Sunderland game was the aggression. I agree. It was the aggression and determination from Sunderland in that first half that got them in the lead. It was the way that they were pressing us. They didn't give us any time on the ball. Zubimendi doesn't like that. Zubimendi does not like that. And they pressed the hell out of our midfield. They didn't give us time. They suffocated us. And they absolutely bossed us in that first 45 minutes. And then the other thing that Bayern did is they were playing direct long balls over the top. And they were getting that, that number 10 involved, Carl. And they were getting Harry Kane more involved in the game through the long balls. I don't know why they didn't continue to do that, because they were actually exposing our defense. They're definitely exposing our defense when they were playing the long balls. So, yeah, it's one of them ones. Chelsea can take a leaf out of both teams' page and say, yo, if they can add that to their game, then they can see where we struggle. When teams are very, very aggressive and when teams played, those long balls over the top. And we looked all over the place. Let's just be real. We looked all over the place. The goal that they scored was a long ball where Skelly was completely out of position. Mascara was ball watching, and they just tapped it in. So, we'll see. We'll see. It was mad. When Bayern equalized, my match reaction time was going to be, Bayern expose our tactical fragilities. And our fragilities is long balls over the top, clearly, because it was effective. It was effective. There was another long ball over the top in the Bayern game as well, where Gnabry almost bicycle kicked it into the goal. Do you know what I'm saying? If he would have connected with that, at that time, that could have been 2-1. So these are the things that we need to shape up, because we looked very, very rocky when they were just playing rocket launcher football. I can't lie. I think if Chelsea come out to attack Arsenal, that will suit Arsenal much more, because they can exploit those spaces, since Arsenal are a great team when it comes to defending as a unit. Yeah, I think so. I think if Chelsea push too many players forward, then on the counter attack, if we start Martinelli, he can be dangerous on the counter attack. Obviously, Eze can pick a pass if he sees a run. So Declan Rice as well. He'll make runs forward for someone to pick him up. So yeah, I don't think it's in their favor to commit too many players forward. You know what I mean? But I think Chelsea are going to make it a physical game. I think Chelsea are going to make it a physical game. Chelsea's best starting 11. I don't know if Palmer's back. Maybe Enzo in the 10. Put Neto on the wing. The same formation that they had, the same team lineup that they had against Barca. Just move Neto to the wing and then put João Pedro up front. And I think it will be it will be a problem. It'll be a problem, because I think Garnacho is going to get locked up. You can't play Garnacho against us. I think he'll get locked up against us. There's no way Garnacho's doing anything against Timber. Not in my opinion. I don't think he's doing anything, if I be completely honest. But yeah, we will see. We will see. It's definitely going to be an interesting game. And yeah, I mean, Chelsea's in very good form. Obviously, after beating Burnley and slapping up Bayern, slapping up Barcelona, they're in very, very good, very, very good form. Very, very good form. He won't start Garnacho. I see Neto on the left, Esteban on the right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, bro. Big up Paris Mandem. I agree. I don't think Garnacho starts. But if hopefully he does. Hopefully he does, because he's gonna get locked up. I think if Chelsea open up and go for it, it'll be very naive. They could get cooked, bro. Yeah, I listen. I don't think they will, but hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they commit too many players forward and we can hit them on the counter. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. It's definitely going to be an interesting game. And what I like is that we've got a lot of players at the moment at Arsenal that are fighting for their place. Madueke coming back from injury, fighting for his place. Calafiori fighting for his place. Trying to keep Lewis Skelly on that bench. Martinelli trying to, get back into the team after he had a little slight injury as well. Ødegaard knows that his chances of getting into the team right now are slim. After Eze put a man of the match performance hat-trick in the North London derby, he knows that It's not gonna be easy getting into this team. And then Eze with an assist against Bayern. Eze right now is on a roll, so I don't really see Ødegaard getting back into this team, captain or not. I don't think it's going to be the right call, and I think maybe this manager knows, man. If you just put Ødegaard back into the team, a lot of people are going to be looking, thinking, "Hold on, Eze's actually been performing well. Why are you making him hold bench just because Ødegaard's back? Sorry, just because you're captain doesn't mean you walk straight back into the team. You don't just get to walk straight back into the team." You know, Ben White is trying to regain his form. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully he can get back to his best, because Ben White at his best is a very, very good right back. He is actually a very, very good right back. To give him props. Ben White has been extremely consistent over the years, but that injury really took a lot out of him. So we'll see. We will see. I think Zubamendi's the one that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking I'd change it up just because of him, because I don't like his performances, and I don't like the way he loses the ball. Like his performances are very, very iffy. Like I've not been impressed with Zubamendi. I've not been impressed with Zubamendi, if I be completely honest. When you look at the hype around him and the fact that people comparing him with Partey and stuff like that, the way he gets barged off the ball, muscled off the ball, you know, I don't feel like he helps us control that midfield. And the only justification to start Zubamendi definitely is not based on form. I just feel like it's just for his passing range, but he's got to make it fast. He's got to make his decision making a lot faster. You can't be dabbling on the ball and taking forever. And no. You got to play that. You got to play those balls a lot faster, a lot faster. They will look to get a goal early and close the first half. They start strong at home. Yeah, bro, we'll see, innit? We'll see. Chelsea's a weird one. You know what I mean? Their performances can be all over the place at times. You know, they can turn up against big teams, and in certain little teams, sometimes they don't turn up. So we'll see, man. We'll see. They're an interesting team, because you know what I mean? I want a 90-minute performance. We shouldn't revert to playing defensive first half and try and getting goals second half. Yeah, man, we need to, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We just need to be direct, bro. Just bypass Caicedo. It's just a long day trying to play through Caicedo. It's a long day. Like, I'm just being real. It's a long day. Just bypass Caicedo. Just forget it. It ain't happening. There's no point in trying to play through that middle of the pitch, man. If they with Reece and Caicedo, I just think it's a long day. Ben White won't work against swingers with pace. I can't lie. That's the thing. Where do you put him? Because he's a right back, but at the moment, Timber's the one that's in form. Has probably been our best player all season, our most consistent player. I just don't see Ben White getting into the team at the moment. I don't see Ben White getting into the team. I just don't see where he plays, unless you move Timber to the left, and I don't see why you'd want to move Timber to the left. I think the right hand side of that defense is his best position. He does a very, very good job on the left, but you know, maybe, you know what? Really thinking about it, I'd much rather Timber playing on the left just to face Ødegaard. Do you know what I mean? And then playing and then maybe you can play Ben White on the right, just because I'm not 100% who can lock off Ødegaard, but maybe Hincapié can do that. But I could see logic behind putting Timber on the left to face Ødegaard, because I fancy Timber's chances against Ødegaard. If it's Timber versus Ødegaard on the left-hand side of our defense, then I'm like, cool. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Do you know what I'm saying? I have no problem with that. So that kind of makes more sense to put Timber on the left, just because it's Ødegaard there. I don't know if Hincapié can play on the right, or Ben White, but it's one of them ones. You know, you play Hincapié there, you play Ben White. I don't know. I think it's a big game. I just don't see Ben White really with the performances right now to be starting this kind of game right now in the form that he's in. Do you know what I mean? So I'd rather not. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that'd be a good battle that I'd like to see. Ødegaard versus Timber. I think even Chelsea fans, to be fair, even they would be like, yo, cool. That's going to be a challenge for Esteban. As much as he's talented, you can't deny Timber's form. He's been minimum 8 out of 10 every game. Minimum 8 out of 10 every single game. So he's been impressive. He's been very impressive. So it'd be interesting. Obviously, we need, Raya to do his job. We need Saliba to be commanding that back line. We need Mosquera to not have to not switch off defensively. Rice just keep doing what he's doing. I think Rice has been absolutely excellent. The runs in behind, the set pieces, the crosses into the box. There's nothing from Rice right now that I can that I can criticize. I think he just needs to continue doing what he's doing. Eze, keep taking up, dangerous positions like he did against Chelsea. Against Tottenham. And looking for the runs in behind like he did against Bayern. And I think we're good. Zubimendi, you need to be stronger. This is a game that it's gonna be physical. You need to be stronger. You need to be faster with the decision making. And you need to, lay that ball into Moreno so we can link up with whoever's playing on the wing, Saka Martinelli or Saka Trossard, because we know that Saka's gonna start. And I need more from Saka. I need more from Saka. 2 chances against Bayern where he's through on goal. I know we won the game, but in terms of isolating Saka's performance, Saka, I need a lot more from him. I need him to be more direct. I need Saka to take his opportunities, not like he did against Bayern where he's skying it over the bar or getting muscled off the ball. I worry that Saka's going to be, I don't know. Sometimes he can be very predictable. Receive the ball and then try to cut in on his left, and it's going to be comfortable for Cucurella. Look at the way Cucurella just cut off Lamine Yamal. Yamal kept trying to go central. When he couldn't go on the outside, he tried to go central, and Cucurella dealt with that easy. So, I don't know. Saka's going to have to be way more direct, man. Way more direct. And he's going to have to be able to finish his chances a lot better as well. You know what I mean? He's going to have to be able to finish his chances a lot better. Timber and Kala will clamp their wingers. It's a shame Trossard might be injured. Listen, we'll see. We'll see how Calafiori performs, man. You know what I mean? Can Saka beat Cucurella? If it's Saka of old, that's direct, then he has a chance, yeah. But if he's going to be, when he receives the ball, slows it down, then he turns back, then he passes it backwards, that's not going to break them down. That's not going to break them down. I don't think that we should be targeting Saka. We need to use Moreno as a target man. Use Moreno as a target man and then bring Saka into the game. And then through Moreno, bring Martinelli or Trossard on the left into the game. But we shouldn't be, if we're just going to, pass it to Saka and think that he's going to beat Cucurella 1v1, I just think it's unlikely that by himself he's going to be able to take on Cucurella right now. But if he gets any space in behind, you already know Saka, if you give him a chance, a lot of times he does bury it. But, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yo, big up, man. Yo, big up. You know what I'm saying? Big up, man. Now, but it's going to be a really interesting game, man. I can't wait for the game, to be honest. Like, I feel confident, but I'm not cocky. That's how I feel. I feel confident based on recent form and the way that we've been approaching games. I feel confident because of the quality of our squad. And I do think, and I can see how we can win the game, but I just feel like will we implement the right things, the right tactics? We'll see. And Chelsea are in good form as well. It's a derby, you know what I mean? It's a London derby, so you can't just write them off and think that it's going to be an easy game. And but Chelsea fans, they've got to start talking about title race now. I know they've been shying away from that, but they got to talk about title race now. You know what I mean? You got to start talking about title race now. Big up North. Also, Cucurella always locked up Saka. Yeah, but I feel like if we play with a target man, the way I want us to play, long balls over the top, and then Moreno dragging defenders out of position, Saka could find some space in behind. If we just play it to Saka and go, yo, just take on Cucurella, and just wait for Saka to make a moment of magic, I don't think that's gonna work. That's where I feel like that it's not gonna work. Do you know what I mean? So it's really how we play, man. You know what I mean? This game's gonna be a chess game, 100%. The midweek results make the game more interesting, 100%, 100%. Does Chelsea's recent performance hinder your confidence? Yeah, well, the team that's in form is always a dangerous team, and they, like I said, they won convincingly against Barca with no Cole Palmer. You know what I mean? No, they didn't even play João Pedro. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a game that makes you think, man. You know what I mean? I think Reece James, the way he just sits in that midfield, bro, he does his job. He does his job. He definitely makes it a lot harder. And when he doubles up on the right-hand side with Gusto, it's very, very difficult to take on the both of them, which is why I don't want my wingers to directly take on the fullbacks. I just want it to be direct. I want us to just be direct. Like, I just feel like these little battles that will get into the game, you know, Calafiori, you know, Saka versus Cucurella, Martinelli versus Gusto, Eze versus Reece James or Caicedo. I just don't feel like we're gonna win those battles enough to score enough goals to win the game. I just think that's gonna play into Chelsea's hands. So I just want us to have a game plan, direct balls, and yeah, and make sure that we hit them like that. Do you know what I mean? Hit them like that. Just bypass their press and everything, because it's not just their defense; it's their press. You know what I mean? And the way that they press, we didn't really like being pressed against Sunderland. So it's like, it makes me feel like someone's going to make a mistake. Calafiori could potentially make a mistake. Zumamendi doesn't like to get pressed either. It's one of them ones, man. It's one of them ones. It's one of them ones. Maybe, but it'll be quite an intense game with both of us slapping up Europe rivals. Yeah, no, it will. It will. To be fair, I've said it will be a 2-1 game. Listen, there's arguments for and against on both sides. There's arguments for and against on both sides. But it'll be interesting. Both teams not going up against each other when both are in form. It'll definitely be a very interesting game. A very interesting game. But yeah, I don't know. Is Cole Palmer available? I don't know if Cole Palmer is he going to be available for that game? I actually don't even know if Cole Palmer is going to be available. So any of the Chelsea man in the chat, let me know if Cole Palmer is going to be available for the Chelsea game. But for us, like, I don't know. With this game, can you know, it's a massive question mark if Gyökeres will be able to perform at this game. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, like I said, he did it against Burnley. He's been out injured. To come back to such a big game, can Gyökeres do it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to be the target man and just link up play. But maybe we can try. Maybe we can try. It is what it is. It is what it is. Obviously, Kai Havertz is out and Gabriel's out as well. But yeah, man, it's one of them ones. I swear he had like a broken toe or something. We had reserved about Bayern also. Look at how that ended. We might draw with Chelsea, but we might slap them 5 again. The latter would be comedy. I don't think we're slapping them up. Lee was saying that we're going to slap them up. I just don't feel like we're going to slap them up. Can we beat them? Yes. Can they beat us? Yes, they can. But I just don't. I think if we win, I don't think we slap them up. At the end of the day, I just want the win. Like, I honestly, I just don't really even care about slapping them up. Like, I just want the win. Like, if we can slap them up, cool. The more goals, the merrier. But at the end of the day, just win me the game. You know what I'm saying? Just win me the game. That's all I'm saying. But it's nice, man. It's nice going into a game, you know, confident. The team's in good form. Players are hungry. Even the players on the bench are hungry. The manager making the right, you know, impactful in-game substitutions. It's nice, man. It's nice for a change. You know what I'm saying? Eze will have to be clinical like he has been with the passes. Rice will be pivotal again, especially dropping back to help the left back. So Esteval doesn't drop to the middle of the box. Saliba must do more. 100%. 100%. The way Ødegaard was dropping into that 10 role against Barcelona, we can't be allowing him to do that. If he goes into the middle of the pitch, Rice needs to clamp him. Like, I want from the first minute, yeah, we need to clamp them, bro. Set pace on the game from the first minute. Set pace on these, man. Clamp them, dark arts, yeah, rough them up, slap them up, yeah, and then just play direct football. Absolutely rattle them. Don't even let them settle. Don't even let them pick a pass. Let Ødegaard know today, bro. You're not running freely, bro. You're not running freely. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to put a marker early down in the game. We need to get aggressive with a lot of their plays. Ødegaard, Enzo, all of these, man. That's what we need to be doing. Because if you allow them to play, they're gonna pick up spaces, pockets of space. Like even Enzo, like the spaces that he picked up against Barca, the position that he picked, we can't allow him to be doing that against Arsenal. We can't allow him to be doing that. Sorry, but we can't. We can't. So yeah, man, we just gotta rough them up. We gotta rough them up. You know what I mean? PSG tried to play ball against Chelsea when they had that midfield that they played against Barca, and look at how it ended. And let's just be real. We're not as good as PSG in terms of playing through the middle and little given goals. Like, let's just be real. Like, in that aspect of our game, we're not to their level. Do you know what I mean? And they struggled to do that against Chelsea. So I don't think we're going to be able to just bop it around the pitch and think that we're going to like play through Chelsea like that. Like, I don't think so. I don't think so. But like I said, I don't mind being proven wrong. But at this moment in time, I don't think that's the best tactic. I don't think that's the best tactic up against Chelsea, if I be completely honest. Cole Palmer might start. We ain't 100% sure yet. Okay, interesting. Interesting. He might get time. He's training. Oh, he's back in training, yeah? He's back in training. Yeah, that's calm. All we need to do is clamp Cole Palmer. We need to clamp him. Like, Zubamendi needs to be on it as well. You can't just leave it down to Declan Rice. Zubamendi's got to be on it. Zubamendi's got to be on it, bro. Like, don't let these guys play. This is exactly what they did to Barcelona. They did not allow them to play football. We can't allow them to play football. And that's what we got to do. Late fitness test. He's training with the team in videos, but not sure about the weekend. Interesting. Interesting. Might get a little 10-minute cameo. Yeah, well, he's coming back from injury as well, so he's not really going to be at his best, innit? So I don't really think. You know what I mean? Is he going to be at his best? I don't know. Big up Northside. It's the same with Glock 14, but I have said you will start the same lineup with Moreno too. Yeah, I think we're going to start with Moreno up front, man. I reckon we'll start with Moreno up front. And I can see how it makes sense if we're going to play the way that I want the team to play. And then I can see it makes sense. You know what I mean? Then I can see it makes sense. But we'll see. We'll see. I think it kind of suits as well the way that we play most of the way we've been playing anyway. The long balls over the top, being direct, crosses into the box. You know what I mean? So we definitely can implement this tactic 100%. Nonetheless, it will be my first Chelsea match from the States. I'm buzzing. Oh, big up, bro. Big up, bro. Well, hopefully, you get to the game safely and everything else like that. Hopefully you lose. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hopefully Chelsea loses, you already know. But it is what it is. That 5-0 what happen every day. We're 1-0 up in the 50th minute, 5-0 in the 70th. Anytime happens in football. Nah, I hear you. Up the Chelsea. I doubt you will clamp us as you don't have a lot of possession like against Bayern. You had 30% possession most games. Sorry about I hear it, man. I hear it. You know what I mean? I hear it. But I think you will hit us on the counter-attack. Well, if you commit too many players forward, we will hit you on the counter-attack. We will. And if you know what I mean? And that just plays into Martinelli. That plays into what Martinelli does best. Both sides have been talking smack leading up to this game. Well, it's what it is, isn't it? Both fan bases are feeling confident. I hear it. I was talking to Lee yesterday, and Lee was saying, "Yo, he feels confident. He feels that we can, we're gonna slap up Chelsea and stuff like that." You know what I mean? So I don't know about slapping them up, but I feel like we can beat Chelsea. I said we can beat Spurs, and I stuck to that. I feel like we can beat, you know what I mean? I feel like we can beat Chelsea, but we'll see. We will see. Bro, no trust in Zubi and Saka. They have to prove me wrong. They need to step up. They do need to step up. They do need to step up. We need more from Saka, man. We do need more from Saka. Let's just be fair. You know what I mean? Maresca's doing Arteta by saying Palmer is not available. Yeah. He's not available. Yeah. Trying to do the mind games and that. I don't get why these men think these are mind games. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, both managers are going to be prepared if certain players are available. Well, they should be prepared anyway. Who would be your centre-back pairing? Just, I would put Mascara and Saliba just because I want Hincapié to play on the left. If Hincapié doesn't play on the left, then I want Timber to play on the left. To be honest, I'll be a lot more calmer with Timber going up against Esteban, but we'll see. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We will see. Yeah, but Sanchez won't run in a halfway line like Neuer did. Bro, let's not talk about what Sanchez can and can't do in it, because that keeper, even you, man, know that keeper's unpredictable. You know what I mean? Didn't he get sent off against Man United when you lot played Man United? Do you know what I mean? Like, that keeper's rash, bro. He's always got that in him, bro. That ain't gone nowhere. Don't think that's gone anywhere, You know what I'm saying? And hopefully he does that bimbo stuff against us. You know what I mean? Because that guy's just a net negative. You know them players that are just a net negative. Them players that are just a net negative, bro. He's a calamity waiting to happen, bro. Also, Chelsea always up in big games and games where we are the underdogs. That is true. That is true, though. That is true. That's my worry. And it's like, you guys could beat Arsenal and then go up against, I don't know, who else have you lot got? Who else have you lot got in the league? I don't know. Who else have you lot got in the league? Let me see. Yeah, like you guys, yeah, it would be very Chelsea-like to beat Arsenal and then lose to Leeds. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that you lot lost to Sunderland. Like, that would be very Chelsea. This is why, yeah, like, even Chelsea fans would say, yo, this is why they don't get the most chest about, yeah, we're in the title race. I think that's why a lot of Chelsea fans downplay it about being in the title race. But you're in the title race. Whether you like it or not, you're in the title race. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, you man are in the title race, bro. You know what I mean? You're in second place. You're in the title race. You know what I mean? I think that kind of inconsistency is why you guys can say, yo, you don't put yourselves as being champions yet. Because you're like, yo, until that changes, you can't play like that. You can't just be up for the big games and then dropping points to the smaller teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're looking at Chelsea's record, lately they've gone on a good run. But like dropping points to Sunderland, you know what I mean? Losing to Brighton, you know what I mean? Losing to Man United, like dropping points to Brentford, dropping points to Palace. Like you can't be playing like that if you want to win a league title. And this is the same thing I say about Arsenal. Like, we dropped points to Sunderland as well. And I was like, yo, if we're going to win a league, you can't just be you man turning up against that Letty, and then when you're up against Sunderland, you man don't turn up. We can't play like that. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to win a major honor playing like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to win a major honor playing like that. So it's one of them ones, man. Yeah, dropping points to carrier bag as well. I know that's Champions League, but still, that's mad. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But that inconsistency, nah, you ain't gonna win no league playing like performing like that. You turn up in all the games. Cucurella, I bet I bet. Huh? Oh, Cucurella better than Calafiori and Lewis Skelly. I think that's what you meant. Uh, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I'll say so. I'd say so. Um, but then for me, Timber's better than Gusto. He almost did a madness against Barca too. Got lucky. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Is that guy? Yeah, he's a net negative, bro. That Sanchez and go, but he's a net negative, bro. Yeah, we can bet you and lose to. We can. Oh, okay, we can beat you and lose to Leeds. It does happen. Yeah. I get what you're spelling. Yeah, I mean the spelling's a bit. You know what I mean, but it's calm, bro. Big up, big up. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. You excited for something? Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. Look, listen, like, man, I already know how I feel about this manager. No, I'm not Arteta's biggest fan at all. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm still very skeptical. You know what I mean? And for me, it's all about getting over the line. Can we be in a title race? Yeah. Arteta's shown that you can be in a title race. Can we finish in the top two? Yeah, Arteta's shown that we can do that. Can we get over the line though? Arteta hasn't shown that. That's where he hasn't shown that. Do you get what I'm saying? This is why I question the manager. This is why I look at him sideways. This is why I have question marks about him because of things like that. Because of things like that. That is my thing. So, you know, when people ask me what I think right now and things like that, it's like my overall point has been to be able to win a major honor. He's not yet done that. So until that changes, I know we can't win it in November, but until that changes, my opinion on him doesn't change. Because it's never been about Arteta can't be a manager that can compete. But this season, we have to win. This season's not about, you know, can you challenge? No. It's about win a major honor or you have to leave. I'm sorry, but you do. It's enough time now. This team is ready to be taken over by an elite manager if you cannot get the job done. If you can get the job done, then you can stay. I have no problem saying that. If Arteta wins the league this season or wins the Champions League this season, like I said, not only can he stay if he wins the Champions League, yeah? I know this fan base like doing murals and statues. You can give Arteta a statue. Do you know what? Because I can actually justify it. I can say, you know what? Arteta won a Champions League. We've never won a Champions League. I can hear it. He's a club legend just because of that. Because he's bought a trophy that we've never won. There's an argument there. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a genuine argument with a valid, tangible thing. But you can't be telling me he's a man, he's this, he's that, murals and stuff like that. And you ain't won nothing. It doesn't logically make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense to me anyway. So, like I said, we need to, you know, I don't mind keeping Arteta past this season if you win me a major honor. If you don't, I'm sorry. You know, it's been a journey or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's time to go now. It's time to go now because we can't keep doing this anymore. We can't keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? Enough is enough. We will say we have I will say we have been saying if we beat you on Sunday, then we are, but if you win, then we won't, as we won't catch a 9-point lead. What do you mean you won't? You won't what? Win the league? You talk about winning the league. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal are going to Chelsea game as favourites, so more pressure on you, Northside. Yeah, bro, I invite the pressure. I like the pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the pressure, bro, the pressure shows where this club is at and where do you know what I'm saying? The expectation is there. Good. There should be pressure. Put every amount of pressure on this club. Good. I want this club to have pressure. Go out there and win me a major honor. Good. I want all the pressure. I invite the pressure. Yeah, I'm saying we want to be the big boys, then we have to be comfortable with pressure. I'm good with the pressure. Arsenal 100%. Arsenal need to go out and win it, bro. The pressure is on Arsenal. We need to win the league this season, so the pressure is on Arsenal. You know, I know Chelsea wasn't expected to be in a title race, but Arsenal, bro, it's phase 6. It is what it is. I want to be cussing down Chelsea, bro. But you know what I mean? I want to do a match reaction cussing down Chelsea, bro. You know, just because when I speak positive things about the rivals is because of what I see. Do I like liking them and praising them when it's praise is due are two different things. I don't like Chelsea. I don't like top. Obviously, I like certain Chelsea fans like Yasser and Carefree Lewis and so I like the fact, but I don't like your club, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm an Arsenal fan. So at the end of the day, like, I'll be like nothing more than to cook Chelsea after beating them, bro. Like, I haven't forgot about Drogba. I haven't forgot about Hazard. I ain't forgot about these man that used to stress me out. Do you know what I'm saying? I was jealous when you got Kante. Like, nah, bro. I didn't like Anelka playing for Chelsea either when he played for Arsenal first. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? That didn't sit right with me. I didn't like that. I don't like the bums that you sold my club. You know what I'm saying? Like Czech and like David Luiz and all these other bums that you sent me. You know what I mean? Peter Cech wasn't a bum, but he was past it. He definitely wasn't a bum because in his heyday, he was a bad boy keeper. But you sold him to us when he was finished, ragged out. That's like buying a second-hand Golf GTI and it's already got like 200K thousand, you know what I mean? 200K flipping miles on it. It's ragged out, bro. Yeah, it's a Golf GTI, but it's ragged out. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you man did when you sold us Czech. I don't think I forgot these things, you know. You man are waste mans. I don't think I forgot them bookie moves that you lot did, you know. Now selling us Madueke. Like, I ain't got no love for Chelsea. I ain't got no love for these pagans. I ain't got love for them. Do you know what I mean? Taking the piss. Yo, big up, man. But that's the thing that everybody that watches my channel understands. The rivalry is what the rivalry should be. I shouldn't like Chelsea. Chelsea shouldn't like us. They can like me as a content creator and say, yo, North, you know, you're honest, you're fair. Do you know what I'm saying? You give criticism where you need to. You give praise where you need to. Do you know what I'm saying? Cool. But they know in terms of me as a person, cool, you're cool with me. But you know our clubs, we don't get along. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because you man, I'm telling you, bro, you man had some dodgy car boot sellers, bro. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? You are, when it comes to Arsenal and Chelsea doing business, you man move like them dodgy guys, them dodgy people selling cars on Auto Trader, bro. Do you know what I mean? You got to check because it's got an engine leak. Plus, if you don't, then there will be a riot. But if Chelsea win, doubt it. You never know. Then Arteta will be dragged through North London. But he's got to win. I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. Because a lot of this fan base was saying they don't care about this game. They only care about... No, they said they didn't care about the Bayern game. They cared about the Chelsea game. A lot of Arsenal fans said that. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. No excuses. He's basically saying it's the same as last season where we were second, but Liverpool were first by 1 million points. Ah, okay. Arteta made 2 smart subs with Madueke Martinelli, and after the goals was the chief orchestrator on the touchline. I saw Arab commentators saying halas Arteta halas during the game. Oh my days. I mean, Arsenal being 9 points ahead of Chelsea means there's basically no nah. It's early in the season, bro. It's early in the season. Bro, that's 3 games. It's early in the season. If there's a 3-game spin, all of a sudden you lot are back in it. Nah, you man are Chelsea fans, man. You man, I'm sorry, yeah. That's some loser mentality, bro. That's some loser mentality, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's only November, bro, and you've already nah, we're not in it because of 9 points, bro. Didn't Arsenal bottle 8 points in 22-23 season? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can't say it's no title race, bro. You can't say it's no title race. You know what I mean? But obviously, you know what I mean? It's still a title race. We'll see, man. We'll see. The Chelsea fans are all trying to downplay. Like, man want us to respect you lot, but then you want to downplay. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I don't know why they say that, bro. I don't know why they say that. I don't think we're on the same level either. You know what I mean? I just like beating them. I just like beating them, bro. You know what I mean? What kind of embarrassing, bro? You need to chat to your boy then, bro. You need to talk to your guy. Oh no, we're not on the title with 9 points is too much, bro. What kind of defeatist mentality is that? You know what I mean? What kind of defeatist mentality is that, bro? Yo, Yasser, chat to your man then, bro. You man are moving like Arsenal fans right now. You man no, don't put the pressure on us. No, nobody expected us to be here. Nah, come on, bro. Don't tell us that, if you're not going into this game with chest, yeah, you can't come into this game with chest telling me that you're Chelsea gonna do this, Chelsea gonna do that. And then when I'm telling you you're in the title race, no, we're not in the title race. Nah, bro. Pick a struggle, bro. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. You can't tell me, no, North, Chelsea are going to do a thing against Arsenal. Arsenal ain't going to beat us. But no, we're not in the title race. Oh, but look at the way we cook Barca. Bro, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, my bad, bro. I can't lie, though. Your fans are trying to chat to us like we're Spurs. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Yeah, I don't know what they're saying. We're in it till we're not. Yeah, man. I don't know. Yes, sir, bro. Like, we'll keep that comment up there. You know what I mean? Man are treating you lot like you're Spurs, bro. They're not respecting you, man. They ain't putting some respect on your name. All three of y'all, put some respect on my name. I did it already. I said it already. You know what I mean? All three of y'all, put some respect on my name. You know what I mean? Crazy, bro. I ain't gonna say it no more. I don't know. You lot can't wax lyrical about your squad, and then when we start putting pressure, and then all of a sudden you lot start backing out the conversation. I'm not really hearing that. That's a bit. It's not even a bit. That's very cowardly. You know what I mean? You either not confident against Arsenal, then let that be stated. Cool. Now I understand why you're not in the title race. But come on, can't just be like, yo, Chelsea doing this, Chelsea doing that. You lot ain't gonna do nothing against Cucurella, Caicedo, blah, 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 blah. And then when I'm like, all right, cool, you lot in the title race. Nah, we're not in the title race though. Nah. Nah. You know what I mean? Going for Blemcito now. Blemcito time. Blemcito time. Yeah, we're gonna put the Birdman intro, bro. All three of y'all, put some respect on my name. I did it already. I said it already. Nigga, I ain't got no more token, nigga. You know what I'm saying? All three of y'all, put some respect on my name. I did it already. I said it already. Right. Blemcito time. Blem. It's time for Blem now. Where's my Blem? My Blem's here. Yeah, my Blem's here. Yeah, like I was saying. I'm confident. You know, Arsenal. Hold on a sec. Let me light my little Blemcito. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely I'm confident, but not overly confident. If you know what I'm saying. I'm confident, but not overly confident. It is what it is. Where are the tacticals, bro? You have to go to the start of the show, bro. Bare tacticals, bro. Bare tacticals. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If we sack Arteta, you can get me in charge. You know what I mean? Northside with the tactics. We're gonna talk tactics. You know what I mean? Man already knows, man. Man already knows. But yeah, big up to everyone that's locked in. If you want the tactics and you've just joined, big up to everyone that's locked in. Go all the way to the start of the stream. And you'll hear the tactics, bro. You hear the tactics. Yeah, I saw on Don Hussam's channel an Arsenal fan called Sol, I think, said Arsenal would bully us. Well, we'll see. That's why this will be an all-eyes game that everyone will be watching. Do you know what, yeah? I have to give Arteta a lot of praise at the moment. Obviously, I'm not going to overpraise him because he ain't won nothing yet. But you know what? I said this period would be a difficult period. A lot of difficult games. We passed the Spurs game. Obviously, they're not the best team, but we still have to turn up at the same time. Still got to turn up for a derby.
You still got to turn up. You still got to perform. The Bayern game, best game of the season. Let's just be real. We turned up, we bossed them. And the thing is, we created 9 opportunities that we didn't score from, without counting, obviously, the opportunities that we did score from. And do you know what? And there's something that I've been calling out for this team. Playing up for being a lot faster in transition, not playing for set pieces. Players actually challenging to get into the team, coming off the bench and playing with heart and desire. To be fair to Martinelli and Trossard, they've come off the bench this season. They've been actually very direct in impacting games. But Calafiori to come off the bench and perform like that against Bayern, a team we historically don't do well against, you got to give the team props. And that's the thing. I'm never against giving the team props when they do the right things, when we defend properly, when we attack properly, when we create opportunities. You're not going to bury all your opportunities. Obviously, Moreno missed a load of chances. Saka missed a load of chances that he had. You know, Trossard missed the chance. You're going to miss opportunities. Rice didn't bury. But you know what we did? We kept going. We didn't rely on the ref and try and stink it out 1-0 or 2-0. Or, you know what I'm saying? Trying to stink it out and trying to run down the time. We actually took the game into our hands. And this is what I've been saying. There's no surprise. The teams that win leagues, most of the time, they're the most aggressive team, or in terms of the team that creates the most chances, most goals. They're always looking to win and lock off a game. They're not looking to go up 1-0, stink it out, stink it out, stink it out. And I'm happy that we appear, if we continue doing what we're doing, that we're trying to combine both things. That we can play in open play the way we did against Spurs, the way we did against Bayern. But then if you let us have a set piece, we'll score like we did against Bayern with the Timber header. You know we're already dangerous on the set pieces. And what that does, it makes the team less predictable. It makes us less predictable. It makes us so the game is in our hands, not that, oh, we're just trying to stink it out for the corner and waiting for precise moments. We're actually generating a load of opportunities, and that is what I want to see, and that is what I've been calling for. Generate opportunities. Don't just sit there and just wait for the opportunity to fall at your lap. Nah, man, that's not the one. And I'm happy. Like I said, when I get the things that I want, you ain't gonna see me complain. Certain people want to talk about me like I got an agenda and all this stuff. There ain't no agenda. My agenda is for Arsenal to be great and for Arsenal to win major honours. And like I said, now people are seeing that why I said that we had the ability, we had the ability to play better than what we was playing. Our performance against Fulham, our performance against West Ham, our performance against Sunderland. I knew we could play better. I know what this squad is capable of doing based on the talent. So use it properly. The more games we're giving Eze, look at how comfortable Eze is looking in this team now. Look at what Eze is providing that we wasn't getting from Ødegaard. Direct, picking up passes, picking up dangerous areas in the box. When he receives the ball in the dangerous area, he takes a shot. He doesn't linger on the ball. He takes the opportunity. It's something I've been calling out for Ødegaard for years now. Take your opportunity. Stop with the taking a touch. Take the opportunity. Madueke, even though I'm not the biggest fan of I'm not a fan of Madueke at all. But you, at least you're coming off the bench. You're impacting. Marino, he's not the finished article, but you're linking up play. You're putting yourself about. You're trying, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Calafiori came off the bench and was trying to make a statement that, yo, that left back position is mine. That's what I want to see. Whether I like a player or not, make that position yours. Lock it down. Lock it down. That's what I want to see, bro. I don't want to see you comfortable being on the bench, comfortable being a backup player. No. And you know what? And big up to Arteta. The substitutions, I've been calling his in-game management. I crucified Arteta's in-game management against Sunderland. Crucified him. Do you know what I mean? Crucified him, bro. But you know what? Against Bayern, he did his thing. So now that's the standard. If things ain't going right against Chelsea, I want to see the same level of in-game management. I want to see you managing that as well. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's the standard now. That is the standard now. I don't want to see no excuses. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Whether you're a tetter in or tetter out, everyone is confident. Why? Based on the quality of the squad. That's why everyone's confident. That's why everyone's confident. It's not because we're confident for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Confident for a reason, bro. Confident for a reason. So this is what I want to see, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me charge my phone. My phone's dying. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Obviously, Ducker is coming back, man. I don't know if I'd start him, man. I can't lie. I don't know if I probably would. I wouldn't start him. I do know, to be honest. I wouldn't start Gyökeres. He's coming back. But these are good problems. Like, I like the fact that we've got issues. Like, is Gyökeres now Gyökeres to get into this team? You got to fight to get into this team. Because I can justify Moreno being in the squad with Gyökeres. We'll see. We'll see. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We will see. You know what I mean? Buying, yeah, bro. It's just mad. It's just mad. But yeah, man. It is what it is. Hey, the emergency stream. The emergency stream, yeah. I'll let you lot know on that stream, innit? I'm not gonna. The emergency stream, we got to talk about something. We got to talk about something. I can't lie. We got to talk about something on the emergency stream. So I ain't gonna say what the emergency stream is about right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously the emergency stream is the emergency stream. But yeah, we'll talk about that then. I'm not gonna talk about that now. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Listen. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone that is locked in right now. And yeah, man. We're gonna do what we need to do, man. It is what it is. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone supporting the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you lot. I'll catch you lot later for the emergency stream. Something we need to talk about. Something very urgent that I need to talk about on this channel. So yeah, at 11 we're going live again. And yeah, we all need to talk, have a conversation. And it is what it is. Catch you lot in emergency stream. And yeah, man. Peace up, bro. I'm out. Love. Big up to everyone. I'm out.